Hi, welcome back to Hari's BI. This video is about Fabric OneLake Security. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a Fabric OneLake Security and how to configure the row level security and column level security for the Lakehouse tables. If you are new to my channel, please click the subscribe button and bell icon to get the latest updates. Let's get started. So here I have a created Lakehouse called Contosa, right? So within that, I have already created tables, and if you see, I have grouped these tables into two different schemas. So by default, we'll have DBO schema. In case if you want to go create a new schema, go to tables, choose this 3 icon, and then choose new schema. So with that, you can create multiple schemas and you can organize tables under each schema. So this would be good if you want to have a single lakehouse where you want to maintain, let's say, two domains data, two business unit data, and you want to isolate them, right? So where you want to have set of tables under one schema and another set of tables under another schema or another domain, which you can easily maintain by having different schemas created, and you can load all the tables into those schemas. So that's how I have created schemas and loaded these tables. So now let's discuss how to configure the OneLake security. Right. So as part of this configuration, I want to create a OneLake security where I'm going to allow users to see only the specific set of tables under this scale schema, and maybe we also see whether we can add a row level security and column level security. Right. To start with, we have to choose this option, OneLake security preview. And you will have a pop-up initially when you try to create a OneLake security because this OneLake security as of now January 2026 is in preview state, and there could be a lot of features will be added before GA. So you need to continue to that pop-up, then you will be landed into this section. So here I have already one role created. Maybe I'll just delete this. Will try create one. And there is one role by default will be there, which is default reader, where you can see all the schemas that we have in the lakehouse and then the member which are assigned to this role, right? So by default, the user who created this lakehouse would be the member of this role, right? So since we are going to create a new role, we can go back and we can choose this option new, and here I'm going to specify my role name is sales. I'm going to grant, and I'm going to leave with this read, right? I'm going to give a read permission to the users assigned to this role. Okay. So here I have two options: all data, selected data. All data means all data within this lakehouse the user can access once assigned, or maybe the selected data, right? So since I want to restrict users to choose only the sales schema, under that only the selected tables, I can go here, and all these different hierarchical level schemas are controlled by folder, right? So here you can see tables folder and files folder. So if I choose all the tables folder, then all the schemas under table will be accessible by this user, right? So if I want to restrict one particular schema, then I can go to a schema folder. With that, all the tables under this schema can be accessed by the user, right? So now my requirement is to enable this sales schema, but not this entire schema. I have to choose only let's say selected tables, only these 4 tables. So click add data. So with that, we are creating a role with the selected data with the selected tables. So here we have to choose the user. So we just name the user, type the user name or email ID, then you will have an option to choose, and click this option grant. So with that, so this is the only member assigned into this role, right? So data preview also can see. So this is what we have assigned. So under sales, these 4 tables got added into this role. So with that, we just click create role got created, right? So that's all. That's how we create an object level security. So we give item level or object level security to a user called a demo user. So in case if we want to add a row level security or a column level security, so we have to be in this same page. Just go to the role which we have created, and then expand this, and you will see the tables here, right? So you can see this option. You will see row level security, column level security, right? So here, let's say we try to create a row level security. So go row security, and in this row level security, currently it supports only the select statement, where you have to write a select statement like this select star from the product name where you have to specify the condition, right? So let's say we can specify color equal to maybe black. So this is how currently we can define the condition for the row level security. So in case if you have a complex requirement where you have to join two different tables, so that is currently not supported. So just go with this level of a simple row level security conditions. So with that we created a row level security. If I go back, you will see an option, an icon represents that we have created a row level security. So in the same way you can go create a column level security. For example, in this sales table, I can choose column level security, and here I can enable CLS, column level security, and I can decide what are all columns that I want to restrict user not to see, right? So let's say I want to remove this, right? So I'm just removing. With that, the net price column from this table will not be visible for this user. So I'm just saving this. So with that, the OneLake security, row level security, column level security setups are done. And we are pending with the two more steps. One, we have to give access to this Lakehouse to the users. Right? So for that, we just go back to the workspace, and if you choose this Lakehouse 3 dot, and you will see manage permissions. So go to manage permissions and add users. So here you have to provide the user email ID, and then read all data, all SQL endpoints data, right? So with that, user can connect to a SQL endpoint data and query these tables. Grant. So we have completed one step. We are left with one more step, but I'll show you what will be the output if we are not going to the second step, right? So now we granted the access to the user. So now log in to that user. So this is the user, the demo user. So I'm just refreshing it since we have granted access to the Lakehouse. So once we refresh, we can go to OneLake catalog. So this is a place where user can go access an individual objects, right? So since we have not granted access at a workspace level, so user can go to a item level under OneLake catalog. So this is the Lakehouse that we have granted access. User can go here, open, and we are opening a Lakehouse using a demo user. And this user supposed to see only that sales schema, under that only those 4 tables. Right, so if you see, yeah, these are all the 4 tables that user can see, right? So now I can maybe select a specific table just to see whether this user can read the data from this table, right? So either I can do it here, or I can connect to a SQL endpoint and see the results. So if you see here, we are able to access the data, right? We are able to query the data, and if you notice, we have created a row level security, right? So under column, we restricted only to see black column, right? Color column, sorry, black color, right? In the same way, you can go SQL endpoints, you can access all these tables, right? So if I choose SQL endpoints, so here also that user supposed to see only those 4 tables, right? So here sales is there. So if I expand tables, but here if you notice, user through SQL endpoint can see all these tables, right? Even though we have restricted using OneLake security, but the user is now able to see even the other schema, right, which is order schema. Under order schema, the table is also visible. So why is that? Because as I mentioned, we are left with one more step from a permission perspective, right? So I'm going back to the admin user. So the one last step which I have highlighted, right? So for that we have to go back to the workspace, Lakehouse, and then go to the SQL endpoint. So I logged in as an admin now, right? So here you can see in security. So the demo user can see all those data only by going to the SQL and analytics endpoint, right? But when the user access in Lakehouse, the user can see only the selected tables, but row level security was not applied because that is using the query SQL analytics endpoint. So here under security you can see OneLake access mode. So by default this is delegated identity, which means whenever you connect to this Lakehouse using SQL analytics endpoint, so when this option is selected, it is always going to show the permissions of the users or the owners who created the Lakehouse. So now we have to go and choose this option, users identity. So that's where the SQL endpoint will be connected by the logged in users. So that is where you can actually see the OneLake security applied. right? So once this is done, just go back to that user and refresh it. So this time the user should see only the table where we granted access, right? So under sales schema, so still this user is seeing all this table. Probably it may take a few seconds to update the changes. So just to confirm, all this being applied. Okay, it is under users identity only, and sales tables. Okay, so now if you see here, only 4 tables. So this is what we have configured as part of the OneLake security, right? So now if we try to query the product table, so let's see whether that RLS is applied, right? If you see the color column is showing only black, so which means RLS is applied here. So let's see the column level security, right? So we have applied the column level security at the sales table, right? So here you got an error because if you see the error message, this is related to the permission. Right? The select column select permission was denied on the column net price because we have applied column level security on the net price column. So the error is more user friendly, where it helps us to understand what is the issue, right? So then how the user can query this, right? So user can query only by going to the by writing a SQL statement, right? So if I just go write select star from say sales, so this one also will throw an error message. So one is because we have not added a proper naming convention, so I can easily drag and drop. It comes with the schema, sorry, the Lakehouse schema and then the table. So this also will give an error message. Why this could not find store procedure sales? Why I'm looking for store procedure? Okay, so this is the right error message. The select permission was denied because of the column net price. So which means I cannot do a select start from, but I can do the specific columns, right? So for example, I can do this by order key and then sales amount. Let's see, I have a sales amount. I can query the individual column except this net price, right? So I can maybe try for unit price, and I can run this. So this should execute and this should give us the result. Thanks for watching.